Hello, everybody. Are we live yet? Looks like. Okay, so I first want to start by picking up the journaling that I dropped on the floor, because that's how I roll. Yeah, I just wanted to first apologize to all my YouTube friends. On Monday, I said that I would be back here on YouTube the next day. So I said, see you tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow, which was not true. Silly me. I totally forgot that actually what it was I wasn't thinking about what day of the week it was. But yeah, on Tuesdays, I am still going to go live, but it's going to be on Facebook. So you have to check out my Facebook page for the Tuesday video. Okay. And that is just because I have kind of an agreement with the store. Sorry, I'm on call, so I can't turn that off, but I'll only answer it if I have to. So I have an agreement with my local scrapbook store that I was going to go live on Tuesdays for the store. And that was kind of agreed upon before I decided to do this series. So I mean, it's not a big deal, right? Just going to go live somewhere else. And it will be still super fun. I was hoping I had a pocket in here, but it doesn't look like it. I'm looking for a pocket because I have some tickets that I want to add to my page, some memorabilia, like real memory stuff. Okay, I might have to figure that out after. Just kind of leave a space for it. So what do we have? Well, today is, look at me not being super ready. Today's March Madness. This is supposed to be on top, and I was looking for some things. So anyway, so today is day 6 of March Madness. Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches is happening. And today our sketch is from Brandy Bocom. And this is our sketch. It looks like a 2-pager. So I'm going to do a 2-page layout from one of the trips that was in that box of photos that I showed at the very beginning. If you're interested, go back to my prep class. So I would have been in February. I did a little video that showed kind of how I was getting ready for this and just like picking what papers kind of go with the photos that I chose. So I take the sketch, I pick some photos. Now the photos I'm trying to go with for this series are all pre-printed photos that are that I printed like before I started printing from home. So they're all printed at 4x6 size. And so I find them a little bit, I don't think discouraging is the right word, but like they're not the first thing I want to go to because I like to just print what I see on the sketch already. So there's that. But I really want to finish these trip albums that are all kind of piled up in there. And so I thought, well, you know what? For this series, I'll just work from that box of photos. So here are the photos I picked for day 6, and they're from a trip in 2014 that my family took to California, and we went to Warner Brothers Studios, which isn't one of the common ones, but it certainly is fun. If you haven't tried the VIP tour, go for it. It's kind of like the Universal Studios tour, except way more personalized. Like I think there was us and one other family in the tour, and we had our own tour guide for just our 2 families. So it was a lot more up close and personal. The Universal Studios one, you don't like get off of the little trolley thing, but at Warner Brothers Studios, we did at that time. Anyways, I guess that was 10 years ago, but I got to walk through some sets. We got to go. There were some things that I really wanted to take pictures of, but we weren't allowed. So like we went, and it was at the time of Big Bang Theory was really popular. We got to go walk on the set of Big Bang Theory. And it's so fascinating how tiny those sets are and how much magic they make happen in such a tiny space. And then another one was we got to go stand on the stage of the Ellen DeGeneres show. So we had a lot of fun. Anyways, so this is just pictures of us. We arrived early. Traffic was light that morning. We were expecting regular LA traffic, and it was a Sunday morning. We didn't realize it would be different. So we arrived quite early. I have this tiny little stamp that is going to go missing. Let me just put that away. I don't know why it's out like that, but anyway, I must have used it at some point and kept setting it aside. So I'm going to just toss that aside. Okay. Yeah, so super like fun day. And this is just like our pictures out front. Now I do have these tickets, and I was looking for a pocket when I came on live to tuck them into, but I didn't find one yet. So I think I'm just going to set those aside for now, and I will add them later. Let's see. I did grab 2 sheets of white cardstock for my background. So I'm just making a big old mess because I rushed in here and was like, I didn't get anything ready for today, except I had some paper. Well, basically what I showed in my prep class, I had photos and paper and a sketch, which I mean is a good starting point, right? But I wasn't ready to start filming, and I think this is going to run out. So I should probably grab the other one, which is also not full, but we'll see what happens. I mean, if I have to replace it, I have to replace it, but I'll try not to. Okay. So let me set out my 2 white cardstocks. Now I'm going to be working again with a sheet that might make my camera wonky. We shall see. Yep, see, there it goes. Gets all weird, hey? Just going to set that aside while we get started. So we have those 2. These are just American Crafts textured white cardstock. And I have this, I don't even know what the theme is for this. It's just a black and white collection. It says Touch of Gold collection from Kaiser Craft. And I actually pulled this separately because it was, I didn't have anything that really was what I wanted. And so I grabbed some of this. I grabbed this, and then I went and found paper to match. And this was actually in with my grad stuff. So I had to go searching for this one, which was a little bit extra effort. So that's okay. I also threw this in, but I don't know if I'll use it. It's not really what I'm going for, but it was with the movie stuff. So, and then I also have, this was with it too. And I pulled it because I like these right here. So I might use those. But then I also have this version, which is like a Brad. It is really dark in here all of a sudden. Hang on, I'm just going to flip the lights on. It's not even that dark out yet, but anyway. Overhead lights it is. Sorry, guys. Okay. So I have that. And then we will go through some of the Calvin Ball prompts after we follow the sketch a little bit. So let me set my photos just to the side here. I'm going to put my tickets with my photos and my journaling with my photos. And then where can I put the sketch that we can all see it? Tuck it up here. Okay. So the way I see it is there's a piece of paper that kind of overlaps both sides of the layout. And then there's like frames, big frames on there. So I'm thinking maybe, what should I do for that? Should I just trace? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to grab an 8.5 by 11 cardstock to trace those frames onto my layout. So that one's not, oh, it's flimsy. I don't want that. Just use this one. Okay, now let me see if I can get in frame. I was struggling with my camera yesterday. Hopefully it will not give us as much grief as it did yesterday. I don't know. We'll see. But I do want it to show both sides. Oh, now you can see my Tim Hortons. I went for tea before I came home because it was one of those days where I just need a little bit of something. Okay. Yeah, see, it does not like, I don't know. That's what it was doing to me yesterday too. It just did not want to focus. That better? I don't know. It was giving me grief like that yesterday too. Okay, so I want this piece to be my piece that goes over both sides, but it's going to cause the camera to go wonkadilly because it flickers like that. So for the time being, I'm just going to use a different sheet while I decide where to trace my frames. Okay, so I'm just going to put this one down. I want it to be about 4 inches on one side. Oh gosh, I almost hit my head on that drawer. Why was that even open? I don't know. Oh, because I grabbed the tape runner. Okay, so I want it to be about there. So I'm going to measure about there is where I want my paper to go. So then I'll want to trace my frames with this. So I'm just going to grab my black Sharpie. It's a Sharpie pen. And I'm going to just trace around. And it's okay if it's not perfect, because some of it will get covered up anyways. And those imperfections are always just opportunities for embellishment, right? Now, is that going to show up the way I want it to? That's good enough. It's darker. So, and then it's like they're offset. So I'm just going to tilt it a little bit at a different angle. And then I'll trace it again. All right. There we go. Okay, so there we have it. Some little frames, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, except I'm just going to move this a bit because it still has the branding strip on it. So I'm just going to move it a bit so that it is where I want it to be. I have a big mess to my left, and it's starting to craft a lunch, so I might have to clean later. Okay. And same thing, I'm just going to like tuck it under until it's kind of like sticking out as much as I want it to. And I'm just going to trace around the outside edge of that 8.5 by 11 to make these frames that I see on the sketch. I really like starting with a sketch in general, but I am really enjoying the Chrissy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. I feel like it is always giving me like ways to use my paper that I haven't done before, which is kind of nice, right? Because I don't know about everybody else, but I kind of get into a habit where I redo the same things over and over, which is totally okay. Everybody has their own style and stuff, but I don't feel like I'm going outside of my style to participate either. I just feel like it just gives me other ideas, different options, which I really love. Okay, now I'm going to grab my paper trimmer, which is over here, part of my Craft-A-Lanch. Hang on. Of course, it's on the bottom. What was I even doing? Okay. And then I'll just turn this over while I cut it so that it's not zooming in and out on us or flickering or whatever it likes to do when I have busy papers on the screen. Okay. And that is where we're at. Okay. So I'm going to tack those down. I think I'm going to ink around the edges. I'm going to use Black Soot Distress ink again. So just set that to my right because I use my right hand to do the distressing. And I think I need to change this because it's flaking on my papers. So just put a new one on there. Because eventually, because it's foam, right? And if you think about it, if you were running your finger along the edges of paper the way you do these foam applicators, you'd get paper cuts, right? So obviously your foam applicator is going to get torn up a little. And so it's going to eventually need to be replaced because then the foam starts to flake off and then it drops little bits of ink onto your paper. So, and that's what was happening during my layout yesterday, only I don't think I was aware of it until after, and I was like, what are all these streaky lines all over the place? Oh, that's what it was. Just gonna line those up here. And then because these don't quite go to the paper, they may or may not show, but I'm just going to finish them off a little bit so that they do look like they come out of the paper. And I just want to make sure it's going in the same direction. This one's, oops. That didn't turn out the way I wanted anyway. Oh well. Embellishing. Okay. So sometimes when I scrapbook, I like to listen to not music, but audiobooks. And last night I was prepping for a class that I'm going to on Sunday, and I was listening to Testaments, I think it's called, by Margaret Atwood, which is the sequel to The Handmaid's Tale. And she's such a fascinating writer because she really does take like unrealistic, like dystopian kind of event ideas, and makes you think that, oh my gosh, that could really happen in our society. And that would be so scary. I've read another one of hers not too long ago where people actually wanted to go to jail because they preferred it to like the poverty that they were living in, which isn't so far-fetched because I actually know that that happens in real life, where especially in Canada in the wintertime, people will commit crimes so that they can go to jail and have, 3 square meals a day and feel safe and warm and dry and all the things. So I was like, that freaks me out a little. Okay, now I wanted to use this starry paper because I think it's kind of goes with my theme of like movie star kind of things. And there's like circles on the page that are like kind of go off the page. So I'm gonna punch those. I'm gonna make 3 of them. Actually, I'll start with 2 because it looks like I might, well, no, it doesn't look like I might be able to use little scraps. So this is a 3.5-inch circle punch. And I love it. I know that punches are not everybody's thing because they take up space in your craft room and, you have to find room to store them all and stuff. But I just think they're so quick and easy. I love having them and I love using them. how's my camera doing with that paper? So far, so good, hey? Not too terrible. And this one kind of goes off both corners, but I think for my layout, I'm just going to move it in a little bit. I'm only put it off the top. This one goes kind of across both pages, so I'm going to hang on for that one. Or do I want to try and put it on there now? Why not? Okay, and then I'm just going to flip it and cut the edges off with my scissors, which are also buried in this disaster that I have to my left. Okay, so this one. Okay, so this piece I don't need, but this piece I do need, right? Because it's going to go on the other half of the layout. What is everybody's preference? I know some people are like, I only do double page layouts. And I used to be that person. I did, until somebody pointed out to me, do you see a lot of magazines where every single page is a double page layout, a double page spread? And I was like, no, I actually don't think I do. And they're like, yeah. And those are real designer people. Storytellers, professionals. And I was like, you know what? You are correct. I guess I don't need every page to match the other side. But so now I actually do mostly single page layouts. These copper statues outside of Warner Brothers Studios, when I post, I think it was this picture actually that I posted on my Facebook page, and somebody asked me if that was a chocolate bunny. I was like, I hope not. It got pretty hot that day. It would have melted. Oh God. I was like, can you imagine a chocolate bunny that size? So funny. So, as you can see, the photos have a different, I don't know, arrangement on the sketch, but I'm going to work with the photos that I have. I'm not going to try, I will cut them down to make them work where I can, but where I'm not sure, I'm not going to fight that. So that's all good. So I think I'm going to put these two up a little bit. And then I think I'm going to put this one underneath, and I think I'm going to pop this one up. So So for popping up my photos, I kind of like to have this fun foam. It's like a kid's foam, and I just buy it at, well, I think I got this at Walmart. And then because I feel like, see, I knew that was going to happen. Okay, where's my other one? This one's a bit harder to, I don't know why it sticks. But so yeah, I just buy this at Walmart. It's super inexpensive, but I like that it like covers the whole photo. You know what I mean? Like it's not strips or dots or whatever. It's it gives the whole coverage without like making me pull off 1,001 different strips. I do wish they made double-sided, but that doesn't happen very often. Occasionally I do find it, usually like for crafts that are like made for glitter, but mostly it's just this single-sided stuff, but it seems to work okay with my ATG. I've been using it for years and nothing's fallen apart yet, so there we go. Oh, Don't put the photo on upside down though. That would be a bad choice. Okay, set that aside. I'm going to tack this one down first because it has a lot of dead space in the sky and I can just cover some of it up. Now the question is, do I want it to kind of like tuck under over here, or do I want them to be their own? Because in here they're kind of like wonky, but I'm more of a linear person, so I think I'm just gonna put them down that way. See how it goes. Okay, so there's that. And then I have the left side. Okay, so I'll just set that up here for a second. And then I have this one. There we go. And then we're going to do this side. And I just need to make sure that it lines up with the other side because I want the lines to be going in the same direction. I can't tell. I think it's this one. There we go. Okay, so I need to ink the edges of my paper. Oops. So, yeah, if you want to see my video from yesterday, I did go live, but I did it on Facebook. You can find it on my Facebook page. It's also on our store page, which I would love for anybody who wants to pop in there to show some love. I think we all need to do our thing to keep. Sorry, like I said, I'm on call, so I can't turn my ringer off, but I will only answer it if it's actually work. And it's not. It's just my children. They don't need me. They're all grown-ups. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I think we need to do our part to keep our small scrapbooking stores alive. I know we're very lucky where we are to have that privilege, so we don't want to lose it. So if anybody wants to stop by our store page, it's called Create Red Deer. And I was live there as well last night doing my March Madness layout. This has really been super fun, and I hope I can keep going with it. I don't know what I'm going to do on the weekend because I'm very busy. I have lots of things booked that were planned before I knew I was doing this. So I'm not really sure how that's going to happen. I might be able to go live Friday if I do it early in the day. And maybe Saturday morning. I'm not really sure. It's going to be a surprise for me when I decide. But Friday, for sure, I can go live in the morning. So I might just have to change the time. From 6 p.m. to like, I don't know. I'm not an early riser. So like maybe 10 a.m. or something like that. And then, because I don't have to go to work Friday. So that's kind of nice. And then I could go live Saturday morning. Won't be able to do Sunday because I will definitely not be available that day. Morning, afternoon, or evening. Because I'm going out of town, so there's lots of driving involved. There we go. That. Okay, flip that. Cut that piece off too. there adhesive on that? Ugh, don't wreck my picture. Beauty of digital photography, though, I can always reprint it if it gets icky, sticky. Well, it's actually not too bad. Okay. So this goes this way. These go this way. This is the stage that we got to go into. It was pretty cool. And so here it says like Big Bang Theory. And up here it has like the features that were made there. So like Batman was a big draw at that time. I think it was Batman Returns. And so one of the, not like the stage at that time, no, but they had like all the props and stuff still from it were all set up in there. It was so cool. Maybe I will reprint that one. Okay, for now, I'm just gonna stick it down and hope for the best. So now I need a title. On the sketch, the title is above, but I think on my layout, I might put the sketch down below, or the title, sorry, the title down below here. Or do I want the title up here? Maybe I do. Title up top. Sure. But yeah, this was the only picture I got of that whole stage thing. And I just thought it was so cool. All of the things that were made there too, like it lists them all the way back to, oh gosh, I don't even know what on here is popular, but like 1955, it goes back to what was being filmed there in 1955. So I thought that was really cool. I'm going to stop fussing with the photo. It was my own fault. Okay. But yeah, I can reprint that if I need to. I just don't want it to stick to anything else. That's my fear at the moment. And where is my T-square? Did I take it out yet? Not yet, but I do want, because I chose for my photos to go straight on the other page, I think I'm going to do the same on this page. Yep. Too good to be true, right, guys? Okay, do I have placements here? Of course not. I have to go back here to get one. Sorry. Won't take long, though. I'm a lot faster at this than I used to be. It used to take me such a long time to replace the adhesive because I could never figure out how these silly things were supposed to go, like the tape rolls. But I've done it enough times now that it's just easy peasy, except that my hands are not as strong as they used to be. So opening things sometimes is a bit of a chore. And I just, because these ones are reverse wound, because I buy the cheapy ones in bulk, and I just like to press them down and squish them together so that the adhesive sticks to the side it's supposed to. And then tuck that in there. Hi, Fawn. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you. I appreciate you spending time on my channel. That's so fun. I'm glad you like the layouts. And I create to inspire. I know that was a thing a while ago, where people who were online were making a fuss about people stealing their intellectual property or whatever, but I create to inspire. So you guys go ahead and copy whatever I do. I am flattered, not offended. Just gonna, okay, see, yep. Just having adhesive issues today, guys. Okay, let me get the T-square on here. My little guy was such a trooper. He was always like, I'll stand in the picture for you, Mom. Not like my older boys. They were not cooperative. Especially not Ben. Okay, let's see. So I need a title. What should my title be? Let's see if there is. Black letters. I think I took all the black letters out of this package. Well, that was silly of me. And these lines are going to be too distracting with the lines that are already on there. Maybe I want gold. What about gold? Do I have gold? I do have some. Let's see. This one doesn't look very full, but I have 2 of them. This is a nice size. I like those. I feel like these are all very similar, but they're not the same. Oh, these 2 are the same. That's annoying. Maybe I thought they were the same when I bought them. Who knows? Who knows what I'm thinking? Okay. I'm going to say, how about, where did I put my ruler? I'll stick the letters on here first because I just want to make sure I have what I'm looking for. So, we're going to start with Warner Bros. So, W, A, R. And I do like this size of letter. They're not too big. Does that look right to you guys? Is that how you spell it? Oops. I'm just double checking. W-A-R-N-E-R. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it just looks funny because it's all in caps. And then, I also want to put VIP Studio Tour, but I want it in a different font. I could do a puffy letter. Are these the same? Gosh, no. Like second guessing myself on everything. Okay, myself. Apparently there's more than one of me, you guys. Okay. And my other. I guess I need both sheets, hey, if I'm going to get all the letters I need. Okay. VIP. There it is. Looks like I just saw one. These ones will need extra glue. The puffy stickers do not stick the same. It's the foam ones. Studi. I might not even need to open the other one. I shouldn't say that out loud, right? Because then I will have to. T. O. See, if I was more organized, I would have done this off camera for you guys. So you don't have to painstakingly watch me pick out letters. Oh my gosh. How annoying am I sometimes, hey? Okay. There we go. Okay. Warner Bros. VIP Studio Tour. All right. So that's going to be my title. And like I said, I'm going to need some sticker glue. Okay. So today I had to pick up a Purolator package. And oh, thanks, Fawn. I think it's just because it was like uppercase. It looked funny to me, but who knows? So I had to go pick up a Purolator package today, and I oddly got like, you know how like if they miss you when they come to stop by your house, they leave like a little like pick it up here or whatever. So it said go pick it up at Michael's, and I was like, what? Okay. So I went to Michael's. And I didn't see anything Purolator, so I asked, and the lady's like, oh yeah, you have to go back to the framing gallery. And I'm like, okay. So sure enough, they had my Purolator package. And then I was like, well, while I'm here, I'm going to grab some white glue because I'm running low. Guess what? They do not have the Scotch Quick Dry or Scotch Tacky or whatever they call it these days glue anymore. There's nothing. Nowhere. I certainly hope, but I mean, I could be completely off my rocker, that they're not discontinuing that stuff. I need that stuff. I use it faithfully. There was like an Eileen's Tacky quick dry glue, so I guess I could try that. Yeah, I'm Canadian for sure. I do say A. I don't notice it though. I don't know. And we don't say y'all unless we're on the farm, which I mean, I do live in the prairies, so we do say it sometimes. We also have rodeos and such. Seems to come out then. But no, I do say it. I don't know how strong my Canadian accent is. I guess we don't really notice until somebody else sees it. But yeah, I couldn't believe they didn't have my glue. I was not impressed. Nope. Not happy. How could they? Yeah, this studio tour too, you can't just like walk up to Warner Brothers and like take their tour. You have to like order tickets in advance or whatever. Okay, VIP studio tour. Very exciting. And then we're going to put Warner Brothers. This will be a bit faster because I'm going to try not to rip them. Apparently they're super sticky. Yes, Purolator is like UPS and FedEx. We also have UPS and FedEx. But I think that's mostly when we order from the US. Because yeah, I ordered from Epson Canada and it came through Purolator, which is, yes, very much like that. They knock on your door, deliver your package. And I know I've ordered from Epson before because I couldn't find my ink on Amazon. And they've like left it before. So I'm not sure if they were using a different company at that time, but this time they didn't. Or if it's because of the kind of ink I bought. So I usually just buy the kind that's for my Epson PictureMate, but I've bought a Epson EcoTank 880, I don't know. It's like 8,550 or something like that, and it's like a wide format. It's fancy. It was the one I wanted. I may have put some of it on credit because it was super expensive. But I also have a brother that works at Best Buy, so he got me a bit of a deal. And then, yeah, so it had that like EcoTank ink in it. So I don't know if they can't leave that outdoors, maybe. I'm not sure. But anyway, I had to go. And the last time, like when I bought not the one my brother got me, but the other one from, like I bought it, the PictureMate from Epson Canada, I had to go to Purolator, but it's like nowhere near my house. So I was actually kind of glad that I only had to go to Michael's because it's kind of close by. Aleene's isn't as good as Scotch. See, that's what I'm afraid of. I have to find a substitute. I don't know. What am I going to do? Maybe it's not discontinued forever. I don't know. To ask the Scotch people. Can you do that? Okay, and then I'm going to put these two little guys on here with my title because I think they're super cute. The drama masks. I don't even know. I maybe got this. My kids used to be in play. They used to go to like a fine arts school when they were in elementary school. But and my brother's an actor, but is it rude to say I don't usually go to his things? Mostly because he does a lot of Shakespeare and that's just not my jam. But anywho, there we go. Oh, look at them. They're cute. But I don't know why I have this drama department. There's no business like show business. Probably because I should scrapbook. You know what, though? I'm jaded about scrapbooking my brother's stuff because I made him this really awesome scrapbook when he finished theater school. And it highlighted, like, he was lead in some of the productions, and it highlighted all the times he was in the paper. And you know what he did when he was a poor, struggling actor in Toronto? He left my scrapbook in a storage closet, didn't pay the bill, and it got tossed out by the storage people. It was probably on Storage Wars, and nobody would value it. So I'm not making him anything else. My mom can do it. Yeah, I'm a bit jaded there. You think Michael's just doesn't carry it? Yeah, I've seen it. I'm going to keep looking. Maybe I'll ask my local scrapbook store person to see if she can bring it in. Because I'd rather support her anyways. I only bought it at Michael's because I could use the coupon. And that was all. I was going to do this and then I didn't. So that was lame, but maybe I still can. I was going to kind of put them like inside of one of these. I don't know. What do I want to do? Stenciling is on the Calvin Ball list, you guys, so I need to figure something out. Your local scrapbook store is an hour and 2 toll bridges. No. Really? See, we didn't have one here for a really long time. The nearest ones were like pretty far away. And then one of our scrappy people in town got brave and opened one. It would have been a year ago, last fall. So fall of 2022. And oh my gosh, I'm just so happy to have one. I'll do whatever she wants basically because I want the store to stay here. I was so sad when the last one closed here because of course I started scrapbooking in the heyday. So, you know, there were scrapbook stores everywhere. And then I don't know how to do this without shaking the table, but anywho. It's not really doing what I want it to. And then when the last one closed, I was so disappointed. And I was so not happy about having to like drive out of town to like a bigger city just to go to the scrapbook store. So I was so excited when she opened, and yeah, pretty much I'll do whatever she says so that I can keep my store. Gotta keep supporting local. It's important. Is that even gonna show up at all? I don't know if I'm doing myself any service over here. It doesn't even look like arrows anymore. Right? Because I didn't do it when I should have, which was before I glued all the papers down. So I'm silly. Silly, silly, silly. What if maybe I can do a better job over here? I do this a lot. I don't know how many of you like watch my recorded videos, but if you come see me live, I do pick things up and tack things down and pick them up. And I know that I should be one of those people who's like, no, if it's tacked down, it's staying down, or I'm not tacking anything down until I know for sure I'm done. No, I'm not. Sorry, not that person. I just keep lifting things up and re-putting them back down until I feel comfortable with what I have. And I'm pretty sure that it gives some people some reason to not want to watch, but that's okay. Lots of options out there. You don't want to watch, I guess. Okay? But I do love all of you who do come and watch because that makes me happy. I like to scrapbook with friends, and when I am just at home, it's kind of boring. So I love that there are people who want to come and see what I'm doing online, my online friends. I'm actually pretty excited about this weekend because I'm going to a scrapbook class in Calgary, which is a ways from here, but I'm excited. And one of my out-of-town friends is meeting us there. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Have another thing on Saturday. I have a social engagement on Friday. Look at me getting out of the house and doing things like a real person. My husband was starting to wonder if I was going to never leave the house, or I'm like, no, I think I still do, I swear. I still have friends. Okay, are we getting there? Those look more like arrows, don't they? Okay. I'm okay with it. I'm just gonna, oops, sorry. Didn't mean to like make a nasty loud noise. And this one's just gonna go across the top there again. And we'll put that other picture back. Where did he go? There he is. Okay. There I go, lifting things up, putting them back down. It's okay. There's no wrong way, right? Everybody has a different process. Everybody does things differently. I wish I was one of those people who could just like lay things out, decide if I like it, take things off, put things back, but I'm not like that. I'm going to stick this down so it's right where I want it to be, and then I'm going to take it back up because I want to put something underneath of it, and then I'm going to move it because I want to have, I'm just very indecisive, I think, which is fine. Everybody does things in their own time. I think this one, though, I'm going to have more trouble lining it up with the paper. So let's see. Can I still get it to go all the way? I want it to go like, see how this one kind of goes all the way to the black paper, the striped paper? That's what I want. Okay. And I did pull the stencil before, so I should have known that I was going to do that. But, you know, it was an afterthought, and that's okay. It's not something I do all the time. I did it a lot during the last Calvin Ball, too, because it was obviously one of the prompts. So, yay for Calvin Ball for getting me to do the things, right? Oh my gosh, it's already 7 o'clock. Okay. Yeah, just do, yes, I will. Just do me. This again with the adhesive sticking to my photos. Goodness sakes. Not having any luck. There we go. Okay, so what do we have? All I have is photos and a title. I need my journaling, which is right here, and it can kind of go anywhere. Do I want it at the top or at the bottom? Okay, I'm going to stick it there for now. I think I'm just going to have my tickets somewhere over here. And I like that they had our names on them. I didn't get everybody's because, you know, like I said, my family's not super cooperative, but my youngest always was. And then the middle one, he probably just handed it to me because he didn't want to hold it. So who knows? Title, photos, journaling, date. I did preset my date stamp. The date's also on there, I guess. So do I even need to stamp the date? I guess not, because it's on the tickets, which are going to show. Okay, so this is going to get popped up with some foam. Let me just grab my Big Mama foam roll. It's getting smaller all the time. This is my favorite way to buy double-sided foam adhesive because I don't like picking all the little dots off of things, and I can cut this to whatever size I want. The only time it has given me grief is when I tried to make a shaker pocket and it was too wide. So I know you can buy narrower rolls, and I think I might buy a couple of those. I don't make shakers very often, but yeah, I wasn't very classy making that shaker online live. but that's okay. Okay, so, and this is a stamp. It is from this set from Jennifer Edwardson, Creative Ink. She is a creator who lives in Canada. It's her class I'm going to on Sunday, actually. She lives in BC, but she's teaching a class in Alberta. So I'm excited to go take a class from her. I used to take her classes when she lived here, but she moved back to the island. And, but her kids, I think, are back on this side of the border, the provincial border. And so I think that that's why she's able to teach for us again. Also, you know, there was a pandemic and stuff that stopped us from traveling, and being in her class actually was one of the last things I did in a large group, because I think her class was like, it was in March of 2020, the last one I went to live. And it was yeah, it was at the same store that we're going to on Sunday. And then shortly after that, the whole world like went on pause. So that was super weird. But that's how that went down. So just again, lifting stuff up because, you know, I decided later that I wanted to do it this way. It seemed like a good place to put them. Okay. So yeah, that's the stamp set I used. I think she has a cut file for these, and I should look because I've been using them a lot for Calvin Ball, because one of the prompts is handwritten journaling, and I like to have lines to write on because my printing is kind of wonky when there's no lines to write on, I guess. I don't write straight on my own without that. Okay. So I got my title, photos, journaling, date. Now I just need to embellish. So let me pull out my, you know what? I already know I'm missing something. You want to know what I'm missing? Polka dot paper. Because I had it sitting right on top so that I wouldn't forget to use it. But I did forget to use it. Where am I going to put it? Could I punch 3 more smaller circles with the polka dots? Is this the only polka dot I have? Do I have a smaller polka dot? No, this is it. Okay. I could do some 2-inch circles. Oops. That just bounced right off of me. Okay. So funny when I ignored my kid's call earlier, and I was like, it's just my kid. Doesn't need me. It's grown up. The truth is that 98% of the time when he phones me on an evening like this, like he'll call me on the weekends to talk, but when he calls me on an evening like this, it's usually because he's looking for his dad. And I don't need to answer for that. If his dad doesn't pick up his phone, that is not on me. Right? So I'm like, no, don't need to answer that. I'm not just being a cold-hearted mama. I promise. So funny. I want this kind of to be under all the things, but that double-sided, that does not come back up very fun. Okay. What do you think of that? Okay. And then this one maybe go under here. And then I'll cut it and put the other part on the other side. And another polka dot circle. Just gonna put it under here, or over, or over. These two are overlapping, and this one's under. So let's switch that back up. This one did not like that. Pulled up too much paper fiber. There we go. Okay. Now we have some things happening. Where is my, oh my gosh, who made this big mess? Did anybody's kids used to watch, what was her name? Molly, I don't know, what was her show called? Big Comfy Couch? And she would say, who made this big mess? Okay, so I already know that I have some little things here that I also want to add. So one of them is a viewfinder. I have two. I have a yellow one and a black one. And I'm kind of thinking that I like the yellow on here, but maybe the black one here. And then I should get another one. Do I want another black one up there or a yellow one? I think I should put actually maybe all yellows, because that shade of yellow isn't anywhere else on my layout. So I'm going to want it to like pop around the layout. So let's see, do I have 3 of those? This is just a little, I have an iris container where I have like random things sorted into colors. And these viewfinders are, so some of these things are printables that I printed and cut, and then they go in here. Some of them are like punched pieces. Some of them are like just leftovers from other collections. Oops, I guess that doesn't go in yellow. It goes in black. Yeah. So then I don't pull it out all that often because I have one that sits on my desk with the same kind of random stuff in it. But during Calvin Ball, it comes out and it goes to good use. So, which is good because then I'm making space in it to fill up in other times of the year, right? And these are printables from Nicole Jones 911. If you guys have ever been to her site, she has some really cute printables. And if you want to watch somebody that scrapbooks with her things all the time, there's another Canadian. Gosh, what's her YouTube name? Moira Riley. Yeah, I think that's her. And she does so many cool things with the Nicole Jones stuff. And she does she has all the printables, I swear, like mushrooms and trees and all kinds of different things. I bought these ones because I thought it was an icon that I often looked for. And I feel like viewfinders are one of those things, kind of like cameras, that can go on like all your layouts, because our layouts are really about our photos, right? So anything photo related can really go on any of your layouts. So I feel like viewfinders is like that because it's reminiscent of like film strip, right? The other thing that I know is on the list today that I haven't done yet is paper clips. So I do have these paper clips, and I like to adhere them with, what are these called? Glue dots? Yes, they're called glue dots. I try not to buy these at full price because I can often find them at garage sales. This one was $3 and it was full. Those are too big. I want something small. So these ones are smaller. These are Zots. I think it's just a different company, but the same kind of idea. And I think it might be cool to put my clip on the bottom of these, almost like it's clipped together at the bottom. There we go, pulling my stuff back up again. You guys think I'm crazy yet? Oh, there we go. And then I'm just going to put another dot kind of underneath here. Have it stick. There we go. Okay, so I only want one. What else? Anything? I also have these, which are kind of cool. They are old. I don't know. I took them out of their original packaging just because the packaging was kind of bulky, but they are brads actually with these metal pieces attached. And I really think they're kind of cool. So I'm thinking I might, I don't know, do I want this or do I want, this says Hollywood, and we were in Hollywood area. Maybe I want this one down here and this one up here. Something like that. What do you think? Put it over here too. Oh, I like that balance a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to stick a hole there. I'm just going to get my paper piercer out. Sorry, guys, this is taking a really long time. I do try to keep it under an hour. Yeah, Moira is great, isn't she? Yeah, I like her. She's also from Canada. She's, I think, in Quebec, though, so she has a little bit of the French slang in there when she talks, I notice. I have, my grandpa's family was French, and then one of his sons, so one of my uncles, married a French girl. So their family, like my cousins on that side, speak French. And so I do notice it in other people because it reminds me of my cousins and their dialect. And when we were kids, those cousins used to speak what we used to call Fringlish, where they would interchange French and English and they didn't even know they were doing it. And so we'd be like, what are you talking about? What does that mean? And they would like have to think about it and realize that wasn't an English word. Or sometimes, especially with the youngest one, they would translate for her kind of and be like, oh, she means this. Okay. They were funny. And actually, the cousin from that family that's the same age as me, she teaches at a Francophone school now in Vancouver, which is kind of cool. It always fascinates me how she can like relay a story about her classroom without really thinking too much about the, like when she tells the story, she's telling it in English, but obviously those kids were talking to her in French. So I just find that's very fascinating. I wish I was multilingual or at least bilingual. I have very limited ability to understand in French. I took French all the way up to university, but I definitely never became fluent in it. Those are fun. I like them. Okay. And I have these ones too, but I think because I used that one, I think I'm just going to leave these off. Do I want them down there? No, it's too much. Okay. Anything from here? I kind of like this marquee that says now showing, but where would it go? I have an idea. There we go. That's kind of nice. There we go. Got something else on there. Okay, now let's get out the Calvin Ball list and see where we're at. I'm going to grab a little sticky note so I can check my points, count up my points with you guys. And what I ended up doing is just drawing a bunch of lines on here so I can just keep adding to it, and then eventually I'll print another one, but I didn't. It was a bit much for me to try keeping up to that every day. Okay, star. Definitely got stars on there. So yes, polka dot paper, I added that, yep. Arrows, well, we stenciled some arrows on. Handwritten journaling, got it right there. Heart, yes, there's little hearts inside the viewfinders. And stamp, I used a stamp for my photo box here. Date, the date is on the tickets. Striped paper, that's this one here. Let's see, what else do we got? Stitching, I did not do stitching. Could I make something look like stitching? I could make faux stitching on, where did my pen go? So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like, it's terrible. That is terrible. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, I'm trying. Like some faux zigzag stitches. Okay, let's do some on this side too. I am not good at doodling, hey? Oh my gosh. I try. I am no artist. My mom and my brother are such incredible artists. I missed that gene somewhere. Even my dad is very creative. Does woodworking. Okay. So here's my sketch from Chrissy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. I feel like I kind of followed the sketch with the exception of where the photos go. Okay, and then I have, so stitching, I'm going to give myself a point for that because even though mine is very perfect, it looks like stitching. Butterfly, no, I don't feel like a butterfly goes on here. Torn paper, I did not tear paper. I didn't feel like this was the right layout for that. Paper clip, yes, I did get a paper clip on there. The color green, I mean, there's green in my photos, but no, I didn't use green for scrapbooking. I could count the green in my photos because there's like flower beds back here that are green. I don't know. Does that count? Sure, why not, hey? An avocado. Again, no. That's probably not going to happen. A staple. No, but I could definitely pull out the tiny attacher and make a staple happen. Where should I put a staple? I could put one just on my circles at some point. As just kind of a decorative element. There we go. So now we got staples. See how Calvin Ball just makes me like keep adding things to my layout. Let's see, flower. Again, there's flowers in the photos. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to take those points off because I don't think what's in your photo is really what it's about, is it? I don't know. Okay. I don't chicken? Nope. There is no chicken. There's a duck. But again, he's in the photo. Does that count? I just don't know. Sequins? I did pull out some sequins, but I decided that that's probably not going to go on here. Gnome, no. Just a bunny. Viewfinder, yes. Enamel dots, no, but I have some. Where did they go? What color should I do? Do I have gold ones? Ooh, look at that. Ooh, you know what else is on here that's on the list? I just like literally threw something on the floor. Okay, not on purpose. I was just excited. A photo corner. So which photo gets a photo corner? How about this one? And then we'll put some gold enamel dots on here. I'm going to put one in here somewhere. And one over here somewhere. And then how about one by my journaling? I want a dot though. I don't want the weird hexagon shape. Okay, so now I have enamel dots. Where am I? Enamel dot. Yes. Glitter. Those are glitter. And actually my enamel dots now are also glitter. Stenciling. We stenciled those arrows. Cake. No, but somebody did think I had a chocolate bunny. Life-sized. Theme park. I wouldn't call it a theme park. No, there were no rides or anything. Faith. No. Photo corner. Yes, I put one of those on there too. I don't know how straight it is now that I look at it, but okay. So those are the start of my points. And then I made a double page layout. So that's 2 points. And I created a video. So that's another point. And then I'm going to post to the gallery, to Facebook, and to Instagram. Look at me not really knowing how to use a tally, apparently. I think I did that one other time. 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22. 22 points. Okay. So thank you to everybody who came to watch today. There is my completed double page layout. Here is the sketch from Chrissy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches. And I got 22 Calvin Ball points today. Thank you for coming. I really, really appreciate you guys being here, especially those of you who are here live. And extra special thank you to Fawn, who contributed to the comments while I was live. So I felt like I had somebody to chat with. Thank you, Fawn. I really appreciate you. And everybody else, I just love that you're here. I completely understand just wanting to watch. I do that a lot, especially with like Vicky Booten and Paige Evans and Shamel. So I appreciate you being here. And if you're watching from the future, I would love it if you left a comment or clicked the like button just so I know you were here. I appreciate everyone who watches. Thank you so much for spending some time on my channel. I hope everyone has a great day. Bye for now.